Deuteronomy 23:5b. Va'asher sachar alecha et Bil'am ben Beor mipetor Aram Naharaim lekaleleka. So we get the second part of the verse here, and we begin with va'asher, and which. Now you might think, okay, and which, how is this connected to what came before? If you remember at the beginning of the verse, we had an al-davar, and this was on account of the thing, and then that was followed by an asher, which, on account of the thing which, and this whole system became kind of because of which. And so now we begin in the second part of the verse. You might think parallelism here, though this is not formally poetry, and on account of which, or and because. And so we're getting a second reason now why the Ammonites and Moabites are not allowed into the assembly of the Lord. And on account of which, or and because, he hired against you. There's all preposition against you. If we come back and pick up the verb, we've got a call perfect third masculine singular of the verbal root sachar, which means to hire. With the al, it would be to hire against you. Now, third masculine singular. This is technically he hired. Now, previously, the verb was a third common plural. They did not meet you with food and water. Here we get he hired. And I think this is a reference to the Ammonites and Moabites with hiring. We're going to see here Balaam. So I think we're particularly thinking here of the king of Moab, Balak, who hired Balaam as a representative of all of the Ammonites and Moabites. So that's where we get the third masculine singular. So, on account of which, or because, he hired against you, direct object, Balaam, Bil'am, who was, we get this son of Beor as an appositional statement saying who Balaam was, and Beor was from Petor, so those two go together. And then we see that Petor, this place, is also known as Aram Naharaim, or Aram of the rivers, and this would be a reference to Mesopotamia as some English translations work. So they hired him against you, and then we finish with an infinitive construct. It's a PL infinitive construct of the verbal root kalal, to curse, and with the lamed and the 2ms pronominal suffix, notice the infixed noon here, but still 2ms, we end up with to curse you.